All right, everybody, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown. We're about to get started right now, and loaded show tonight. We're a week away from Summerslam, and word on the street is that we're going to have a fair amount of dedication to the Immortal Hulk Hogan tonight on the show. So let's give the Hulkster the best seat in the house and rock through 2 hours of SmackDown tonight. We do have a tag title match that I'm actually very excited for. Andrade and Fenix getting a tag title match. But here we go. We're getting started. And there's Hogan up on the screen. Yeah, he's getting the 10 bell salute. There's the roster. Jimmy Hart is there. Ted DiBiase is there. Loud Hogan chants. I think I see Briscoe and Slaughter too. I see Hacksaw Jim Duggan there too. Cody front and center next to Triple H and Bruce.
Was fortunate enough to share the ring with, and like so many of us, were honored to call a friend. The truth is, he captivated millions of people and inspired them around the globe.
Even the Wyatts are out there. I think that's B. Brian Blair next to the $1 Million Man.
All of us together, if it was not for him. So please help us honor him now as we give a 10 bell salute to Terry Bollea, the one and the only, the Immortal Hulk Hogan.
Well, great. Sorry, guys. Great reception from the crowd. Bro, I feel bad for Jimmy Hart. All right, and big ovation from Cleveland. Loud Hogan chants from the SmackDown crowd. So there's that. We're going to get a video package too from Hogan. Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine, the thing is when somebody passes away, the logistics of trying to get to a place is hard to do. So I'm sure there's probably more guys who probably wanted to be there. Maybe they weren't, but listen, man, we don't get where we are today without him. Plain and simple.
Hulk Hogan defines sports entertainment. Hulk Hogan in sports entertainment. The bronze physique, the 24-inch pythons, the bandana. I'm trying to say your plans. It's definitely the right way. Our personality was so good. He was a box office attraction. But before all that, he was Terry.
Oh man, we're getting a deep cut.
Gene Bollea.
video here.
Georgia. He loved sports, and he played the bass guitar while chasing his musical dreams. 1976, playing in a rock and roll band. Simply, I'm going to be the greatest professional wrestler that ever lives. He was first known under a mask as the Super Destroyer in 1977.
1977.
WWE debut in 1979.
The Incredible Hulk Hogan.
Shea Stadium to Hollywood.
Hogan and Andre in Shea Stadium. That stop in the AWA before he came back. Hogan and the Iron Sheik.
Hulk Hogan was woven into pop culture. He was a slice of Americana. Right here on MTV, just being here with all the rock and roll.
The cartoon, yep. I'm not saying words here, guys, but I'm just taking it all in. Yeah, and this is the thing, man. Hogan and Andre, like that. That was the epicenter of wrestling for so long. Piper, Macho, Ultimate Warrior.
By the early 90s, Hollywood came calling again.
They're giving a full-on eulogy for Hogan, which is, I wouldn't say it's wild, but if anybody deserved it in the annals of professional wrestling, and now we're at the NWO. Like I said last night with A&B Combos, how many people can you say revolutionized their industry not once, but twice? There was Rodman.
Hogan came home in 2002.
And we're going to see the shot of him and The Rock at 18 in Toronto. What a crazy moment. That's a quintessential WrestleMania moment. Hogan and Rock.
Years later, in 2005, Hogan was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Every time I get in the ring with it, he developed something that they call character. A love for this business that will never die. In the years that followed, Hogan never left the spotlight. Across decades,
They showed the Raw appearance with the sound cut out.
Somehow, Hogan's charisma and connection to the audience always remained. While his steps
That WrestleMania 30 moment with Austin and Rock.
his influence. He loved his fans. Thanks for making my job. From young to old, Hogan was the ultimate hero. Even till the end. On July 24th, 2025, surrounded by family and friends, Hulk Hogan passed away. He was 71 years old. But Hulkamania will live forever. You develop a love for the business.
Well,
It's in your spirit.
this is This is really well done. I don't think I've been this emotional at one of the things they've done. I mean, probably when Bray passed, but also when Dusty passed, I think. Yeah. Triple H did a really, really good job on the voiceover. And honestly, like for a fan my age too, like this is such a rush of not just the good memories, but how many good memories there were. And there were no chants, no interruptions. This has gone far better than I could have imagined from the crowd. And that's going to be our first segment of the night. So, oh man, well, I'm sorry, everybody. That was really good. So, you know, some of us don't handle. Yeah, Diglets, man. I'm trying to pull that together. I was saying just a minute ago, like when you revisit, even last night when we were talking with A&B, like about the special moments, about the industry defining moments that he was a part of. You just forget when you see them all back to back how many of those he had at that time. And no, Diglets, you're right. Cena is not on that level, and that's not a dig for me to Cena either, because like this is like the industry will never be like that again. Like nobody. I don't think wrestling will ever be at the epicenter of pop culture like it was when Hogan was on top. And so I'm not saying that he was in the right place, the right time, but I think The Rock is the closest thing for some people, but I don't think he's at that level either. I mean, he's like a different animal to me. They can try to. Honestly, WWE was trying to convince all of their fans that Cena is the GOAT, right? They started that when he came back at the beginning. And when he came back at the beginning of the year, back when Hogan was just hawking beer, But when you lay it down and you look at true influence, true impact, true box office, they were narrative building. They were trying to narrative build it because WWE does that. They do that every few years. They try to culture train you into thinking somebody is the epicenter of it all. But like I said, I mean, I'll just come back to this same lame argument over and over again. Hardly anybody revolutionizes wrestling, and Hulk Hogan did it twice. He did it in the WWF, and he did it in WCW. So it is what it is. So I thought that was beautiful. And Hogan's got the best seat in the house for Mark by Wrestling tonight. I'll have him looking right at you guys. And I still think we're gonna have a good show tonight. I'm legitimately excited to see Wyatt Sicks versus Andrade and Fenix. I think SmackDown's tag division is doing great stuff over the past few months. And we're also going to have Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez, that they let those ladies cook. That's going to be a fun match too. And yeah, so I wonder how much more that first segment was so heavy-handed on Hogan. I wonder how much of that we'll get throughout the show tonight, but I welcome it. But we're going to get here now and maybe get on with the show. We'll see what we got. Joe and Wade here on
as transformational as any star that has been in the modern era of American sports. In a rare class of sports promotional titans like Ali.
Listen to Joe Tessitore. He is talking about Hogan being a force in American sports, not wrestling. And Tessitore comes from outside of the world of wrestling. Tessitore is a sports guy who's speaking facts. Sophie, I don't think they cut any time because they were advertising the Hogan tribute on WWE.com today with the rest of the card of SmackDown. So they planned for it. And honestly, I'm not saying any of this is a good thing, but thankfully we don't have, if someone doesn't wrestle tonight, then they'll be fresher on our screen next week if they wrestle before SummerSlam. So I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, we're in Cleveland, Logan Paul's hometown, as Logan Paul comes out to the ring. That's a great way to wash any sentiment you have out of your brain, is to bring Logan Paul out. Everybody's immediately back in kayfabe now. They're like, oh, screw Logan Paul. But I did see the match order. I'm glad, they split it up. I was glad to see Karrion Kross is getting a SummerSlam match. Very excited about that. Justin, I didn't watch the episode, but I did see a clip of Drew being really critical of a lot of modern wrestlers today not taking their body health seriously and being muscular in the ring. And honestly, I'm kind of glad some people say that. Not everybody has to look like a Hogan or a Warrior, but more people should. That's awesome, George. Way to go, man. That's awesome, dude. Best of luck to you. I hope those job offers come through, my friend. Yeah, Sophie, I saw a lot of Twitter. A lot of hating on Hogan. And people are entitled to their opinion, and I'm entitled to say screw that. Like, have a little class. Like, have a little class in someone's passing. You don't have to, crapping on someone when they die is not demanded. Like, you refusing to crap on somebody when they die is not the same as celebrating them either. Like, you can just keep your mouth shut and go on with your life. Oh, 100% Diglets. I mean, I can be a little cavalier in how I'm addressing the negative Nancy's on the internet about Hogan, but I'm only so cavalier about it because I'm just not interested in them responding to me. Which is why I really didn't speak about Hogan much on Twitter, because I just don't value the opinions of people who disagree on that topic enough to even want to hear them. So, you can go be miserable in your life. But I'll tell you this. If you want to get real. Thanks, Sophie. I'll tell you this. 100% Diglets. That's what it is. I saw a documentary. This is not, I don't care what Logan Paul's saying right now, so I'm just going to talk to you guys, as it looks like we're about to get, is it Randy or Jelly Roll? Jelly Roll's coming out. Yeah, Jelly Roll and Logan Paul, don't care. I saw a documentary that changed my life years ago called Forgiving Dr. Mengele. And it was about this Jewish lady who is a Holocaust survivor. And she went on a public speaking tour to other Jewish audiences, to other audiences of Holocaust survivors, offering forgiveness to the Nazi doctor that performed experiments on her and her twin sister who passed away in a concentration camp. And she received so much hate from her own people. How dare you try to offer forgiveness to such despicable people? And at the end of the day, she was like, something you need to realize is that forgiving is just as much for me as it is for them. And if I can't let go of the hatred in my heart, it will kill me. And if I need to care for myself, then I need to let go of that pain, let go of that hatred. And there are people who live to crap on the Hulk Hogans of the world because of mistakes they've made. And it's only going to kill them in the end. Because there will continue to be people you disagree with, people who are the villain in your story. And you can either find forgiveness in your heart for them or you cannot. But if you don't, there is a cost for that. And it's not your pride. It's not pride that will eat away at you. And before you know it, you might actually turn into the monster that you're hating. And so, that's why I try to take a step back as much as I can. I'm not perfect. I don't always get that right in my life, but in situations like this, I think it's totally fine to have mixed feelings about Hogan's passing. And it's okay to be a little upset about some of the more imperfect moments in his life. Listen, I didn't always love him as a wrestler. I despised him going over for as long as he did as a part of the NWO because I was more into Sting. I was more into, Goldberg or at the time. And other guys, and like Hogan was still at the top, and I thought he'd been there too long. But like, I'm not gonna now that he's gone, I'm not gonna sit there and dwell on those times, man. I'm gonna dwell on the times that made me thankful to be, a fan of his from when I was. And I'm not gonna tell people how to live, but if you do live that way, it'll go better for you in the long run than just holding on to the things that make you angry. And finding joy in hatred is a dangerous, dangerous path. Do not do that. And that's why we try to be the antithesis of that here. The whole internet wrestling culture is a thin line towards finding joy in hatred, and joy in complaining, and joy in criticizing. And what we try to do here is find joy in the good things about wrestling. So yeah, the stuff I say about Hogan here are going to lean towards the positives because there are positive things to say about him. And so that's what I'm going to go with. I don't have a clue why Tony Khan and AEW have been so quiet on Hogan. Given how quiet everyone's been, makes me feel like it's a directive, but I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention, to be honest, to AEW. Well, Drew's here with his bored at work shirt, which is one of the best new shirts WWE's made. Crowd chanting for Randy now. We know Randy's in the house. Jelly Roll out here singing Randy's theme song. You know what? Jelly Roll is, he's better than Travis Scott. RKO everybody. Actually, I kind of like that shirt, Randy. All right. You can tell Jelly Roll's happy to be there. And I'm all right with that, I'm good with that. Cleveland loves Randy, man. Oh! Randy grabbed that mic like he was going to say something and just used it to punch. I think they'll put something together entertaining, George. I absolutely think they will. As long as Jelly Roll doesn't get hurt before SummerSlam. Drew's about to throw hands on Jelly Roll. Now he's stepping back so Logan can do it. Dang. Randy, all right, now Randy's up again. Randy's got Drew. Logan distracted now. He rolls up. He was throwing some of those dusty jabs. Oh, all right. A little back elbow action. Shoulder block. I mean, Sophie, when you lead off with a somber tone, you have to do something to get the crowd back up again. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. All right, so Logan trying to throw a woman's right there, but oh man, Jelly Roll with a boss man slam. I tell you what, dog, Jelly Roll, I know he dresses more like a convict, but he could come out dressed like the big boss man. I would mark the heck out. He's got a little bit of Ray Traylor's nephew in him. And I think Logan bit his tongue. He's bleeding in his mouth. But he caught him. Boom. That was great. In a cop outfit. Yes, exactly. Have him show up in a Georgia State Trooper outfit. Be serving hard times. But tell me right now. Hold on, everybody. Uh-oh. Fenix and Andrade. You can't tell me that minus the tattoos, that doesn't give Jelly Roll. Tell me Jelly Roll couldn't rock this. Just add some tattoos to it. Am I right? I mean, yeah, no, the SWAT outfit of Boss Man was great too. That was a great the SWAT Boss Man outfit was a great upgrade for the Attitude Era, which honestly was really cool. Like, it showed that there are some gimmicks in wrestling that can update and still be relevant. Boss Man got a couple more extra years out of that gimmick, and I'm proud of him for that. I'm afraid now if he came back with the Attitude Era Boss Man get up, though, people would just call it a Shield outfit because of that. But yeah, we got Andrade Ray Fenix versus the Wyatts. Here comes Alexa Bliss. We get Alexa and Roxanne Perez. Plenty of people would get the Boss Man reference if he went with this outfit. I think they would call him a Shield knockoff, though, if he wore Riot gear. That gimmick. Sean Swaby, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, listen, they're loving Alexa, and Charlotte's out here with her. Charlotte's got pom poms. Shut up. Listen, this is the most interested I've been in Charlotte in years. I like her little, almost begrudging friendship. Just love that. Should always wear white. Should wear white always with Bliss. Do a little Wednesday Addams thing. Dude, I like that. Yeah, like Wednesday. And what was her friend's name in the show? And they kind of had the, back and forth. Sophie, did you not watch the first segment of the show? Tell me how many of those fans who were chanting Hogan, Hogan, Hogan weren't born yet. Like, people know. People will recognize it. Yes, that's brilliant. I'm all for that. Get a little Wednesday Addams. And you know what? I thought was cool. I read today that apparently, I mean, it's a cool idea. I guess I'm kind of glad they didn't do it. But that at one time, Chelsea Green pitched to creative that she could be the living version of Lily. This was probably before all of Chelsea's come up, when she still wasn't being used. But she apparently pitched a creative that like the Lily doll should come alive, and then she would be and that it would be played by her, by Chelsea. And I'm like, that's not the worst creative idea I've heard. I thought it was pretty creative. I mean, no pun intended, but I thought it was pretty creative. No. Do I think Big Boss Man could been a good manager? So here's the thing. Big Boss Man, let's open up the time capsule real quick. Actually started off as a manager. I first saw him as a manager. I'm sorry I'm snacking in front of you guys tonight, but like I've been all out and about today and haven't really had a chance to eat. And so I'm just getting a little something in my system so I can be tolerable for you guys for SmackDown. But Ray Traylor was first known as Big Bubba Rogers, and he was a good manager for the Shield. Got you. But he did start off as a manager for the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. He was Jim Cornette's bodyguard. And he, fought Dusty. He was a good enforcer. Like before Kevin Nash was Diesel, you had him being Big Bubba Rogers. And then he leaves WCW or the NWA to the WWF, and that's where we get that Big Boss Man that I was just showing you. So, yeah, 3 Diglets. If we comparing snacks right now, what I'm eating, I'm pulling from, thank you, Costco, the Utz Pub Mix. I like a little, just a little something you can grab, pick up, and put down. But you know what is a fantastic snack and maybe is a little bit healthier than all this, but it's also a little pricier? Are those like cuts of meat, like prosciutto, that are wrapped around mozzarella cheese, just cold mozzarella cheese? I could eat a whole plate of prosciutto wrapped mozzarella, bro, all day long. Just a perfect snack to me. Anyway, Georgia watches SmackDown on YouTube TV. Awesome, man. YouTube TV is a great platform. It's a little spiky. Snacking that Han's aura, dude. Han had some aura for sure. He seemed a little Teflon from some of the rest of the cast. Some of the rest of the cast kind of wore on me after a few movies. Han was always cool as the other side of the pillow. Justin, yes, I do plan on watching Unreal on Netflix. I don't know. What I want to do is I want to make some video reviews of Unreal and give my thoughts on that. But Tuesday itself is going to be a hard day because that's NXT day, and we're also going to do a show with Just Alex about SummerSlam Tuesday night. So I might have to try to stay up late Monday and watch it, maybe record something early on Tuesday. We'll see. Yeah, I don't have a clue who to pick about the tag title match. Now, my question here is, did Roxanne get... They're still showing Alexa's name on the Tron, so I guess Roxanne is still getting an entrance. Interesting. Roxanne, she's not coming out to the Judgment Day theme music. That's not Judgment Day's music, but her own, which honestly is not, it's not bad. All right, Diglets, you hit me with that question. I'll be waiting, my friend. Yeah, George. I think they're getting ready to strap a rocket to Stephanie Vaquer. Obviously, she's got the title match at the end of August at Clash in Paris. I guess it is her new theme song because this wasn't what she was using in NXT, right?
Charlotte Flair, that is Summerslam Saturday, 1 week from tomorrow.
All right, well, drop your predictions. Alexa or Charlotte? Not Alexa or Charlotte. Alexa or Roxanne. So I think Alexa's going to take this. I think they want to get more and more momentum behind Alexa and Charlotte leading into SummerSlam. That's just my guess. So I'm going to say Alexa. How many title changes will we see at SummerSlam? Well, first of all, we have to figure out how many titles are on the line. So, world title, WWE title, men's US, men's intercontinental, women's intercontinental, women's WWE, women's world. Did I say women's tag? Is that 8 titles? Wow.
Covers up and then goes to the body. For a move then from Alexa Bliss to the relatively inexperienced Roxanne. Oh!
I think we get 3 title changes. Wow, Charlotte's stepping up to Raquel. Looking strong there. Right now, I think it might be 3. Like, I don't I feel like a couple of the mid-card titles might change. I do not know about the others. 3, maybe 4. I know. I did not realize. Listen, Raquel's a big woman. But I didn't realize how much Charlotte matched her in height.
Bring up the emerging relationship with Flair and Bliss. I wonder if earlier careers this
Man, Charlotte's babyface in the crowd for Alexa. Yeah, I'm not sure if LA Knight will get booked on SummerSlam or not. I'm hoping he'll at least get a match on SmackDown before. But it's a match on SmackDown before SummerSlam next week. But we'll see what happens. I know, like I read today that, like, allegedly, the injury to Seth Rollins is kind of what screwed over LA Knight. Because one of the dirt sheet writers was theorizing that LA Knight was supposed to lose on Saturday night's main event, but he was going to win at SummerSlam in a rematch against Seth Rollins, which I could have seen happening. So I don't know. There's still time to do something. Like, somebody suggested they should do a men's battle royal, like they did at Evolution, for someone to get a shot at, like, Gunther or CM Punk in Paris, which I think would be great. And that would be awesome to catapult an LA Knight or somebody like that in that match. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Cena and Cody will be one of the main events, and either the Roman J tag match or the Gunther CM Punk match will main event the other night. So just looking at the layout, Roman and Jay's tag match is on the same night as Gunther and Punk. So if they do what, Sophie? what'll people? I mean, people complain about anything. I mean, they're always complaining. But all right, we're back with Alexa in control here. Dragon screw leg whip on Roxanne Perez. Nice back elbow there. And then a super kick. I wonder if Roxanne will hit the pop rocks here on Alexa. I feel like that move would look good with these two ladies. Alexa laying it in, though. Reunite Jimmy and Jay. I mean, they could. But right now, Jay is still, even though Jay's not world champion, he's still holding his own pretty well in the main event scene. And then, yeah, some people might complain about the Battle Royal, but they also like to complain that their favorites don't get booked for the PLEs. So, like, you can't have it both ways. They can either be booked or not booked. Oh, going for Sister Abigail. And Roxy going for the eyes. Like, not enough heels do that. Oh, interference from Raquel. And moonsault. Springboard moonsault only gets 2. And now Charlotte just dumped Raquel over the barricade. And now Roxy is frustrated and talking trash to Charlotte, but she's not paying attention. Shot from Alexa, DDT. She might be going up for a Twisted Bliss. Yeah, so there's like 3 tag matches on night 1, which seems a little disproportionate. Oh, now Raquel is back to drop Charlotte. And now Alexa is looking at Roxy, looking at Raquel. She doesn't know. She's not sure what she's going to do. She's going to turn and jump on Raquel. She twisted Bliss's Raquel to the outside of the ring, which is going to allow Roxy to recover maybe. Alexa looks like she might have busted her nose too. Oh, yeah, she's bleeding. And roll up, holding the ropes. Roxy takes the dub. Yeah, Diglets, that spot was a little long. It seemed like Raquel wouldn't like let go of Charlotte, and Alexa was waiting for her to dump Charlotte, so Charlotte didn't get hurt in that spot. Yeah, she did. I think she busted her nose on that Twisted Bliss to the outside. So, yeah, Raquel, I think probably should have moved a little faster on that, but yeah. All right, we got Jade backstage with Kathy Kelly. Somebody is deep in the back, though. Who is that? It looks like Solo in the Bloodline. And they're sitting there staring. Are they staring at Jade? The camera crew is keeping them in the background on purpose, though. Oh, here's Chelsea. And the Herbis.
Tournament. Okay. Summerslam wrestling Tiffany Stratton. Stealing her,
Jade's behind you.
It's useless. But they were cute work for it. No.
Honestly, I love it when, oh man, Jade just threw a hand on Chelsea. I love the old she's standing right behind me, isn't she trope and wrestling. I know, Diggle's right. Anger management problems, am I right? No. Oh my gosh, you carrying her on her. shoulder. She's going to just carry her right out to the ring. And then just dumped her at the entryway, like got to get her posing in or something. Poor Chelsea. But also, the Chelseas of the world will always have a job if they're willing to make other people look good like this. Oh, well, we got a match. Crowd's hyped to see Jade versus Chelsea. It's not going to last long, though. I'm afraid it's going to be very Goldbergian. The Secret Hermes is securing the perimeter and getting her a coffee right now. She excused them. Oh, now here they come. Now, guys, here's Booking 101. Alba and Piper should have come down with a cup of coffee each. They absolutely should have shown up with the coffee when they were coming to help them. So, comment here from Three Diglets, and I think it's worth bringing up right now while we're on commercial break. Yo, Steven, after seeing that Hogan tribute, I realized there really isn't a female superstar ever in history to achieve that level of stardom. You're absolutely right. And there's probably multiple reasons for that, you know, but I don't think, and honestly, it's a really sad tale because I can think of women over the course of history in wrestling who maybe could have been that. I don't know if they could have been Hogan, but they could have done something big, right? Because there was pretty much when I was first becoming a fan, there was really only one massively famous women's wrestler, and it was the Fabulous Moolah. And she is persona non grata in wrestling now because of things that were unearthed about how she used to treat her trainees and stuff like that when she was a teacher. So she is, I don't want to say she's been canceled because that carries so many connotations to it about the legitimacy of what she's done or the legitimacy of exiling her, but it'll never be Moolah now as a result of that. I think China could have had a shot at that as well, with how she was developing in terms of popularity and stuff in the Attitude Era. But her career and, you know, God bless her, her life, you know, derailed so much after her career derailed. And there are so many good choices for excellent female wrestlers today, but the industry just will never be what it was again. I do make the argument that there are so many good characters and so many popular wrestlers. Listen, I'm not comparing them against each other, but let's just run through the gamut right now. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Penta. Did I say CM Punk already? Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Like all these guys, any single one of them could carry the company for a little while if they really, really needed them to. And I'm so ecstatic that we live in a wrestling world right now that has that much depth of talent on the men and women's side of wrestling. But the weight, brother, the weight of the world to carry with wrestling now is lighter than it used to be. Because it's not as heavy, it's not as demanding a schedule. The world is smaller. Just in general, the world is smaller because not as many people are into wrestling because we've got you know, people who play video games now. We've got people who are into streaming shows. I mean, how many streaming services are there? So many different sports and all this other stuff. And some of those things existed before, but the world was bigger and like, I don't know, it was a different world back then. And so So to break through now, you're still not breaking through to the entire world. I saw this today as Jade Cargill is continuing to make a mess of Chelsea Green. You know, I saw a statement today where someone asked a question, who is Michael Jackson for white people? And in parentheses, they said, don't say Taylor Swift. And one of the most popular responses, and that was how I found this question, was by this response, was Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson for white people and black people. And Jaded finishes it. Jade predictably beats Chelsea Green in an impromptu match here on SmackDown. And what we mean by that, Secret Hervis with a very telegraphed attack. That didn't look great. But now they're just doing the numbers game. And now Tiffy's coming out to rescue. I'll come back to the Michael Jackson thing in a minute. Talking about small choices. When Tiffany's music hit, Alba Fire went like this to yell into her wrist that Tiffy was coming, like a Secret Service person. And then Piper immediately went like that, like, why are you screaming in my ear? I'm the only other person who has an earpiece. And that was pitch perfect performing right there. Yeah, I don't know why in the world Tiffy's coming out to help. That's so silly. But they're doing it so they can have this moment right now where Jade's holding the belt and hands it to her. But, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, it's that little stuff that lives forever, man. Anyway, so, yeah, Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. And I made the comment that, like, I do think our current world and our current generation, and this is not, I'm not trying to be condescending. I earnestly mean this. I don't think the current generation of the world that grew up with an internet can understand just how of a deal it was to be worldwide famous during a time where there was no internet. It's like how big the world really was back then. So there are better women's wrestlers now than there used to be, but the world isn't bigger. So I don't think we'll ever see a true Hogan again. All right. Well, Charlotte's just being kind to Alexa. I tell you what right now, man. Charlotte, don't you rip my heart out, dude. You're doing such a good job of being a babyface right now with Alexa. Do not rip my heart out. And looks like we're going to have Cody next after the commercial break. So we'll hear from him in the street fight at SummerSlam. I find it a little creatively bankrupt from WWE that, you know, last week Cody demands a street fight and gets a street fight with John Cena. And then we're doing Becky and Lyra. And she's like, no DQ, no count out. And I'm like, how is that not a street fight? I mean, you don't have to call it a street fight, but that's such a street fight thing. No DQ, no count out. But we'll see. All right, Diglets. Let's see what you got, my brother. Steven, I'll tell you what. I never thought we could get an exciting character I could tune into every week, but then Bray Wyatt came along. Okay. So I choose to continue believing that person could pop up. Well, you know what, Diglets? I love you for that. Because if anything, we all need to keep watching with hope and belief in this programming. Because once you start watching with cynicism and a resigned jadedness, it becomes a chore and it's no longer enjoyable. It's no longer joy-giving. It's no longer watchable. And I want to be clear, too. I don't want to be misunderstood. I think you're right that there are still generational performers to be discovered. I'm just skeptical that the scope of their fame is going to be as big as it was when Hogan was on top. Which doesn't really speak to like Hogan's abilities, even as a showman. I think there are people who maybe were better at the job than Hogan might have been, but they didn't produce the results that he did. But part of him producing those results was him living in a world where those results were possible. And I'm just curious. I just have a hard time believing that the maximum results are possible. But I think we are going to continue. We are going to continue to see people get it, though. And one thing I'm really excited about with WWE is their NIL deal stuff, because they're going out like college football and drafting D1 athletes and recruiting premier athletes. So if you can create a marriage between the athlete and the creative, it's not going to be a big number of people, but you're going to have more and more people who can do great moves in the ring. And we might become a little accustomed to that. I think we're starting to get a little more used to better wrestling at a younger age level with some of these people in NXT and all that stuff and Evolve. But if we get people in there who also have the Bray Wyatt type mind and can work, bro, we're going to see some special stuff. And I do believe that stuff is on the horizon. Like, I'm already looking at Braun Breaker as kind of a prototype of that. That dude is a straight up Steiner brother. He is a Steiner brother, but he's faster. He's faster than both Steiners. And I wouldn't say he's meaner. I think the culture of wrestling has gotten nicer since the Steiners were there. But last week or 2 weeks ago, when he was doing the gauntlet match and he started talking trash to the camera in the middle, I'm like, oh gosh, he's finding his vocal confidence. Like Frankenstein's monster is about to get struck by lightning. We're about to more stats on Hogan and career accolades. 12-time champion, man. And that's just between WWE and WCW. All right, here comes Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. So like that gives me hope. Diglets, the Braun Breakers of the world. He's an absolute unit, that guy. And so, yeah, we're going to continue to see some excellent work. This Jasper Troy guy on NXT, the LFG kid, he's absolutely nasty. Like some of the work that he's doing. He works like a giant, but he works he works somewhere between King Kong Bundy and Abyss. Like, it's just nasty work. Oh, sorry, George. Let me catch up with you. I just got Peacock, so do I have to pay to watch SummerSlam? No, sir, you do not. If you have Peacock, it is free, my friend. Enjoy. No. Maxine's boyfriend is another dude. Jasper Troy has got the big locks, and he walks around with this giant chain. Honestly, he kind of looks like a Black Abyss, if I'm being honest. Not in a like carbon copy sort of way, but no, he's doing great work. He and Oba had a great match. He had a great match with Javon Evans, and then he also just had a match with Ricky Saints this past Tuesday, which wasn't bad. But yeah, Braun 100% going to be a future champion. I kind of liked the San Antonio Cena shirt with the old school like fluorescent Spurs colors. Finally, Cody uses the belt. And also now with Cody fighting Cena in a street fight, he can do all the belt shots he wants. There's not going to be any moral quandaries for Cody because there's no rules. So I hope he realizes that. All right, Diglets. Cody's windbreaker is it ain't bad. I'd wear it on the 4th of July. Well, I wouldn't wear it on the 4th of July because it's too hot out here. I'd wear it to a 4th of July fireworks display at night when it's kind of cool outside. Yeah, I heard that WWE and Travis Scott had a falling out. Thank God. Travis Scott can move along. We don't need him. Oh, Cody's going to talk on Hulk Hogan.
Emotions and feelings regarding complicated, but what is not complicated is his accomplishments and his contributions to WWE, to sports entertainment, to pro wrestling, to entertainment as a whole. They are staggering and they are indisputable.
Cody coming out here telling the truth.
So as someone who gets to stand here and say that I'm a WWE superstar, he was the original, and I just want to take a moment to say
I'm not going to judge Cody for taking that stance. Having a black wife and a black daughter, like he needs to acknowledge the complications before he gives him his flowers.
And then there's what's going to happen at SummerSlam. We're not talking about virtue. We're not talking about...
Why did he say it at all? Because he's the face of the company. The same reason that Steve Austin acknowledged Owen Hart. Same reason, Cena would recognize somebody back in the day. The big guy has to say something. Also, it's one real American to another. Cody is the next American gimmick.
I don't want to fight a guy who didn't even want this match in the first place. I don't want to fight a guy who's counting the days until he's out the door. No, at SummerSlam, I want to fight the real John Cena. Because if I'm going to stand here and own it, I need to know that I can go through the very best. And the title that John Cena has, it's the biggest title in our game. It means he is the very best. This isn't about nostalgia. This isn't about headlines. This is about a once-in-a-generation superstar, someone who redefined what it is to be a pro wrestler.
Cody
So John Cena,
out here saying he wants the real John Cena.
Like it is your first. I want you up there talking to Stu, the cameraman. I want you wearing the title the right way. I want you running to the ring. I want all the hustle. I want all the loyalty.
He's asking for the old John Cena. Are we call me crazy? Is this promo setting us up for a double turn? Because he's basically saying, I want the babyface John Cena. And I don't know. We'll see. It's like when Malika Andrews said, congrats, the number 4 pick in the draft 3 months ago. He was arrested for development. Oh, yeah. I respect that take, Diglets. I do, because I'll say this. The day after a man dies, I feel like every public address like this, I'm going to drift more towards yours, should be treated like a eulogy. And you wouldn't do that at someone's eulogy. Like, those kind of statements maybe don't need to be done on the mic in the arena in front of the fans. Like, maybe that could be done on a podcast. Maybe, if you really need to do that, That can be a tweet. But it is so fresh. I do agree. We're still in eulogy mode. And if we're still in eulogy mode, it's not necessary. Honestly, I feel like if and I think this is maybe a symptom of the current generation of wrestlers. If there wasn't so much negative online presence, I don't know he would have said that. I really don't. Because when Austin dies, I highly doubt people are going to come out talking about the times he beat Deborah. I don't think that's going to happen. And I would understand if it was Vince, maybe they were talking about because of the circumstances in which Vince left WWE, but I don't know. But when it comes to Hogan, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm kind of digging Solo Sikoa's kind of Urkel-y vibe when he's like, every time he says something, like something about that. I get a kick out of it. Oh, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Good to see you guys. Hope everything's going well in your neck of the woods. I think I might hop over and say hi at the end of the show. Give you a little rating. Give you a like, and I think I have a milestone chat to give you guys too. So I'll try to do that. All right, all gas no brakes. Cleveland specific shirt. Miss.
Me out. Just enough time to figure out exactly who I am. The guy who's going toe-to-toe with legends, outlasted monsters, beating icons. So I had to remind me that there's a bigger game at play. You're just a pawn. Me, I'm not the target. I'm the main character. That's why I went to Nick Office and got us a match right now. So just so you know, the wrong guy, on the wrong day, in the wrong city. It's my hometown.
Why would they book Miz versus Jacob? Oh, Miz just smacked Jacob Fatu in the face. Why in the good Lord's that just made Hogan fall off. Why would they book Miz against Fatu in Miz's hometown? Like, that was a heel. I mean, Miz came off like the babyface there to the crowd. Did you hear the crowd cheering? Are they trying to get Jacob booed? What are they doing? Like, they hate Logan Paul. They don't hate Miz in Cleveland. They love Miz in Cleveland. I know this is out of pocket, so excuse me, but I'm afraid we're about to have to do another 10-bell salute because Miz is about to get rocked. That is absolutely crazy. Dude, let me tell you something right here. That Miz demolishing. Sorry. I think my TV just turned off. I need to get that back. Miz demolishing Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack yesterday. That is one of not just the Miz's best promos. That's one of the best promos I think I've ever seen in wrestling. And it is so AEW sickos don't want to admit to this. But the Miz's, I almost said prophecy. His promo has become prophetic in time. Because the whole basis of his promo on Bryan was, you think I'm a coward? Well, how come I'm the one who's always there for my fans because I don't wrestle like an idiot and get injured all the time? I'm not the one who wins a title and then go cries in front of the fans and saying, I have to go relinquish this title. I'll be back. Bro, Miz was straight nuclear fire in that promo. And it was brilliant. It was brilliant. And like, it was so good. And guess what? Miz is wrestling on SmackDown tonight. And every few months, Daniel Bryan says, I don't know if I can wrestle anymore. But he's got more star ratings because, you know, that's what pays the bills. That's not a slam on Bryan Danielson either. That's a slam on star rating culture. It's so ridiculously subjective. Like I could give a rat's ass what Dave Meltzer thinks about what good wrestling is. Sorry. Like, I've also been a fan of wrestling for 40 years. I know what I think is good wrestling as well. And when you see a man who's like, Hogan and Andre was -4 stars, well, then you don't understand the wrestling business. Like, just because Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland could win a gold medal in synchronized gymnastics doesn't make them better wrestlers. It doesn't. And listen, I'm not saying that stuff isn't impressive visually to see, but you can only kick out of someone's finisher so many times before I just don't care anymore. So, whatever. But anyway, speaking of the SummerSlam card and matches and what are they going to do with this person, that person, I was kind of hoping we would get Aleister Black and Damian Priest on SummerSlam, but it is not on the card, so I'm wondering if maybe they'll give it to us next week on SmackDown before SummerSlam. Which, by the way, I'll be with you guys all weekend long. I know A&B probably will be too. So you got multiple coalition channels giving you the SummerSlam goodness. But we'll have a good time at SummerSlam, my friends. The biggest party of the summer. I'm excited for it. I'm going to be in a stadium, MetLife Stadium. It's going to be wild. And we'll just have to see what the future holds for us. George, has that been confirmed, or are we all just assuming that? Which I think it is a safe bet. But did they announce it yet? And I just missed it because, I was running my mouth. Diglets, I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy tickets for SummerSlam, but that's just me. If there's a ticket I would buy in 2025, if I could afford it, and money was no issue, I would buy tickets for Cena's last night, which is wild for me to say, of all people. But in this year, I probably would have enjoyed going to Evolution. Oh, look at this. LJN, they're making LJN toys again, which predate the Hasbros. Dusty, Cena, and Logan. How did Logan Paul get in the first series? Oh my gosh. This is dangerous, guys. This is dangerous. They're making... Oh, yeah, Paris. Paris, that would be a good call. That would be an excellent crowd. I forgot about Paris. Y'all, Aleister Black is revitalized. he's doing some very good but quiet work since he's come back to SmackDown.
And take a little pictures for himself. Well, I stepped in for one of my boys, like I did with Truth. He didn't like that too much. And when I give him my best shot, he never collected from anybody for a year.
So a lot of people think that you and I are cut from the same cloth. The truth is that you fight for who you are, whereas I fight for you who you are.
I am nothing like you. All you see in me is everything.
I will unmake you. I will tear down the walls and you build a whole path. And when it's not good enough for the first time, please you will see yourself. And I promise you, you will not like it.
Next week, I'm who I am. I'm the bad guy. And when it shows in my backyard,
All right.
I ain't coming to me.
I need
I'll bring you.
to say something about Aleister Black and Damian Priest. If you go online to other places, all right, so it is next Friday, Aleister Black and Damian Priest. Well, hear me loud and clear, everybody. If you go online and you hear someone just talking about WWE like they're an expert, listen to what their opinion of Aleister Black versus Damian Priest is. That will tell you whether or not they're paying attention to this show or not. That was an awesome video package, and their segments have been quietly amazing week after week, involving truth in it. Great through line storytelling where truth begets Priest while Aleister is going for him. Damian Priest comparing Aleister Black to an old debt collector he used to know on the streets who was crooked, and he said, when that guy got my best shot, he never collected a debt again. Woo! Come on. And then Aleister Black saying, you fight to prove who you are. I fight to reveal who people are. Like, I'm going to expose you. Dog. Come on, man. What do you want out of wrestling? Like, this is going to be a great TV feud is what it is. It's going to be a great TV feud. Do I wish it was going to be on PLE? Yes, I do. But you know what? I'm not mad that we're still getting it, right? Like, we're still getting it. And you know what? A good TV feud that just takes place on the TV shows, then that's fine. That means there's going to be fans who don't have Peacock, you know, some kids whose parents don't want to pay for another streaming service that are going to get to see that story come through to its fruition in front of them, which is great. Because I can't tell you how many feuds I got hooked into. Let's start the stopwatch, by the way, on this match. There's there were so many feuds I watched as a kid that I never got to see blown off until they made it to the video store. Or I get, getting all that done on whatchamacallit, on like still photo recaps on that. Yeah, you know what, Diglets? Priest is never someone who comes to mind when I want to rattle off a list of great performers. But I would, if I was good old JR, I would have called Damian Priest a good hand. Like, I think he's a solid mid-card dude, and I don't say that as a negative. Like, I think he's a good dude to have around for a solid feud, a solid match. When he was U.S. champion a few years ago, and they just gave him the belt for a long reign, I was realizing, oh, he's getting better. And when he was world champion, like, here comes Solo and the boys to distract Jacob while he's having his time with Miz and the MFTs. I'll say Priest has really grown a lot and improved a lot. And so Black is a great feud for him. Solo and the Urkelbots. And now Miz rebounds. And now Jacob's out here looking vulnerable. I don't know what to do with this, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. I remember when they tried to start making Goldberg vulnerable back in the day after the streak ended and he started selling more and stuff. And I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about them doing this with Jacob in this way. The way he's just selling so hard for Miz is tough. But I wish he'd taken more shots before he was, before he was down in the ground. But whatever. Priest and Black in a best of 7 would be a lot of fun. Yeah. They would be a whole lot of fun. I don't know if I want them to be a tag team, but Justin, you mentioning that, I think I said this on Raw a couple of weeks ago. I wouldn't mind them doing that with Sheamus and Rusev. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, they briefly turned Goldberg heel, and it was a really stupid move that Russo pulled, like many stupid moves that Russo pulled when he was in charge at WCW. He was probably some of the worst. Not all of it, but some of the worst of what killed WCW. So, it is what it is. Man, I forgot we're doing an Australia weekend in October. Smackdown, Crown Jewel, and Raw. All right, well, Jacob's back in control. Sorry, we're still on commercial break, but he's back in control. Yeah, so with Vince Russo, it turns out, I think I've known guys like Vince Russo. There are people in the world who are just filled with ideas. Just constantly filled with ideas. And they need someone to say, hey, stop. That idea is stupid. We're not doing it. Or, hey, that idea is actually pretty good. Let's run with that. Vince McMahon was that guy for Vince Russo. But in WCW, he didn't have that. And that's why we got so much dumb stuff. Vince Russo also did some good stuff in WCW. He put the belts on Booker T. But he needed somebody to shut down his bad ideas, and he didn't have that. So, this is what it is. By the way, I know we're still in commercial break. We're about to be back in about 10 seconds. The crowd is fully turned right back in favor of Fatu now. Like they're not even in Cleveland anymore. That always cracks me up. Russo didn't have Bischoff the entire time. Russo was on his own for about I want to say maybe a year before Bischoff came back. But even then, Bischoff, I don't think, was in charge over him. George, I'm so glad you're having a good day today, man. And congratulations on applying for those jobs. I hope those turn out well for you, man. I know how scary it can be when you're applying for jobs and just not hearing back from anybody and all that stuff. Man, Fatu doing the 10 count corner punch, but it's headbutts instead. All right. By the way, Aleister Black, a playable character in WWE 2K25 now. And he's been added to the game along back with along with the WrestleMania 41 versions of Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I think that was originally going to be Travis Scott, but man, Jacob with a dive, taking out all the MFTs. Tala misses, hits the post. Solo eats a super kick. And pop-up Samoan drop. That is one of the cleanest moves. And that's a 3. Good, because that was good enough to looking for a finish. Oh, here comes Tonga and JC. Now all the MFTs are jumping on Jacob. Where's Jimmy at? Where you at, Jimmy? All right, here comes Jimmy Uso. But it's still going to be 4-on-2. Oh, and Jimmy's got a chair. Oh, man. He just threw that chair into JC's face. Now Tala's got his hands on Jimmy, but Jimmy says nope. Kick to the head. Dump Solo off the top. Tell you what, man, whatever it is, Jimmy Uso has turned into John Wick whenever he's coming to save Jacob. But Tala just shrugged off a chair shot. Oh, big boot to the face. Now Solo's back in the ring. Yep, here we go. 4-on-2 now. Like, is there anybody else who's going to help these boys, or is it just going to stay 4-on-2? I mean, leading up to SummerSlam, I guess they're not going to even the odds yet. Jacob just defiant. Jacob fighting back. Man, Jacob's hanging in there against all 4. Uh-oh. He's looking at the steel chair, and it's just Jacob and Solo in the ring. Oh, man. He's about to Pillmanize Solo on the neck. I think he's going to try to hip attack Solo with the chair around his neck. Here he comes. Oh, Tala in with the lariat. Brings that to a close. Solo lives to see another day. Choke slam coming. Yep. Tala choke slams Jacob down. And here we go. Well, Jacob just kind of got dog walked himself here by the MFTs as they're all standing over him. But we still have next week before we have SummerSlam itself. So I'll see what happens next Friday before we make a determination here. This is what happens when you leave the family. FU Solo chants from Cleveland. Okay. I think Zilla eventually will get there. It looks like he's dancing around with TNA right now. Street Profits and B-Fab. B-Fab just showing up with the Street Profits again.
The Wyatts are a different kind of enemy. So they need to be dealt with in a different kind of way.
Ken, I think the Wyatt Sicks do need to be dealt with in a specific type of way, and they have their own specific type of rules. But you know what rule that we don't understand? It's the simple fact that we weren't even in the qualifying match last week.
It's all right. We don't give a damn who wins. All we know is we got next.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Here comes DIY.
okay. Secondly,
Johnny Gargano hollering at Dawkins to take off the Cleveland Guardians jersey. I'm the Cleveland guy. You're not the Cleveland guy. Take that off right now. I feel like we're going to get a 6-person tag out of this.
We have a plan, okay? And your job is super simple. Stay out of
Okay. Oh. I feel like I knew that, but I'm not sure I knew that. The Maury Street Profits show. Oh man. I'm enjoying the tag division. I kind of hope Andrade and Fenix win the tag titles. I don't think they will though. Sorry, y'all. Oh man. So they're going to be talking about Cena's limited physicality in the Unreal series. That's going to be interesting. So we're on commercial now. Sorry for the distraction, everybody. But yeah, we're doing all right, man. We're a week away from SummerSlam, so we've got our full card, and yeah, we'll see how it delivers. You know what though? I don't typically like hot potatoing the championships. And I don't like it when it's done frequently. But also I recognize that sometimes in the creative process, there are teams that catch fire when you don't expect them to. And it's clear they were building towards the Wyatts winning. I don't think they used to, there you go, dude. Get it, man. I also think sometimes you have to be available for when certain acts get over with the crowds and pivoting. And I was surprised as anybody that Andrade and Fenix got over as strongly as they did. But yeah, I don't need Gunther and Roman Reigns level title reigns for everybody. A month or two is fine for some. Yeah, I mean, and I think the SmackDown tag division is unique in that they're kind of proving that everybody is at the same level with them having multiple tag changes. So as long as it's just not like every week, you know what I mean? Which I know it's been 2 weeks since the Wyatts have had it. So and again, I don't necessarily believe that they're going to do a title change tonight. I was kind of hoping that Andrade and Fenix could get involved in the title picture before the Wyatts won the titles. But that just wasn't happening. So I imagine the Wyatts will probably do that. So, I mean, eventually, I guess Penta and Fenix will team up, but Penta is doing so well as a singles right now. Like, it's just not necessary. They don't need to rush into that. No bread and no water, right, Diglets? Just meat. Yeah. Oh man, I could not. I respect anybody who can get away with being a vegan. I cannot. I can't do it. I'd have to do it as a command from a medical professional. Yep, WrestleMania 3 right here. In remembering the Hulkster. I'll tell you what's wild is you can find footage of this match, and they totally sped that up. But that's okay. But the clothesline and the body slam moment to the end of the match, you can find footage of that moment online where they removed commentary and it's just the hard cam, and you can hear the crowd, the in-house crowd, and it was so loud. Main evented the first 8 WrestleManias. I mean, not just 8. Actually, he main evented WrestleMania. Oh, no. He didn't main event WrestleMania 4. That's right. He was just involved in it. Here's Zelina and Julia.
Ladies. Kiana James.
Oh.
Official representation. If you'd like to speak to Julia, you'll have to go through the proper channels. Me. I'm my face, clipboard Karen. Julia. I know that you think that you have no competition because no one's had the balls to step to you since you won the title. But muscles, wow. I'm here to talk about my rematch. Right. Well, naturally, I'm one step ahead.
Kiana James is now the sort of executive assistant for Julia. So now she's Kiana James Kiana James was in NXT and she was drafted up a year ago, but then got hurt like immediately before she could even be on TV. Tragedy lures, but fortune first. What does that mean? Sounds like a video game quote. Yeah, I like Julia's English too. I love her voice. It's so distinct and unique, you know? No, George. Zelina doesn't need the U.S. title. She didn't do jack with that title. I'm glad she got a spotlight on her, but she did next to nothing. Nobody's done anything with that title since Chelsea Green had it, but I at least like the Tiffany and Jade have them, Diglets, but I don't like that it's non-consistent. I wish they all had moving graphics though. Big pop from the crowd announcing Karrion Kross. But everybody should have one. And of course, the OG Bloodline boys, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, taking on Bronson Reed. And oh, the ladies got one too. Io and Rhea. Okay, you know what's wild? Naomi got a moving graphic, but she didn't move on purpose. You just see her raise her eyebrows one time. Levels, guys. Levels. Love that. It makes the unmoving graphics look very like Canva. Wow, even Becky Lynch didn't get a moving graphic. Yes, they do. They need to do it for every match or for none of the matches for a sense of visual consistency. That's how they used to do it on Raw and SmackDown back in the day when they would preview matches for the night. AJ and Dom. Intercontinental title. You know what's been surprising is they made a big deal out of Cardi B hosting SummerSlam. And other than when they were announcing she'd be there, they aren't doing anything with her. And I'm not asking them to do more with celebrities, but they went to all the trouble of getting her to be the host, and they aren't doing anything with her. All right, here comes El Idolo with his Dr. Manhattan looking graphic. All right. Andrade in the house. Here comes his tag partner, Rey Fenix. I know Cardi B keeps shooting like she wants to have a feud with somebody at SummerSlam. But I don't know. Rey Fenix walking around like he's a luchador who hangs out listening to metal in the 7-Eleven parking lot, but with a luchador mask on. And I got to admit, I don't hate that. He was running around. Oh, my gosh. All right, this might be a niche thing for some of you guys. But Rey Fenix, the way he came running around Andrade just standing there was really giving me like Mexican Jay and Silent Bob vibes. Just look at their matching energies. Like, it's a Mexican Jay and Silent Bob. And I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. So, like, I'm for that. Oh, they found a Mexican flag in the crowd in Cleveland, of all places. So, surprising. All right, everybody. Rey by God Phoenix. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully they'll get to linger around in the ring a little bit and we'll get a full Wyatt entrance. Justin, you said all they need is Penta. And you know what? I would love to see Andrade and the Lucha Brothers in a 6-man against the Wyatts. That would be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. If you want to throw Dragon Lee in there and then get all the Wyatt men against them, that wouldn't be a bad Survivor Series match. I think they could disband the LWO, to be honest. Like, I just don't feel like they're doing anything. Like, just they can let the teams still be the teams and stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, George, I think you may be onto something with shenanigans. That is the one thing I haven't enjoyed about the tag division in SmackDown, as much as I've really been into all the teams and making them all feel important. There's also been a whole lot of like DQ matches because like they just aren't doing like very many, if any, clean finishes in the division, which is disappointing. Okay. Well, how are you guys feeling about the show so far? I'm kind of enjoying. I mean, the Hogan thing, that's probably going to be my marked moment. The Hogan video package to start the show. It was just so well done. And yeah, it was great. But we'll see what other kind of moments we have to pull from before the show's over with. So, but we are, I mean, we're coming up now on the main event. So I guess this is going to be it. Honestly, I feel like the show kind of flew by tonight. What do you guys think? Which is always good for the booking. It's a good compliment. So I'm for that. Something funny is on the Netflix broadcast when they're on commercial break, they just show these they just show these like slow motion action shots of different talent. And sometimes the talent are doing similar things and sometimes they're just doing signature moves or whatever. But just as I glanced over, they showed Tiffany Stratton doing her moonsault in slow motion. And she's, you know, she's gorgeous and everything, flying through the air. And then they cut immediately after that to another moonsault, but it's Ivar. And it could not be more visually disruptive than going from seeing Tiffany Stratton's body flying through the air to seeing Ivar's body flying through the air. I'm like, these two are not the same. But they both have beautiful moonsaults, just in very different ways. Oh gosh, so funny. I was like, oh, Tiffany. Oh, hello, Ivar. It was some brutal stuff, man. So good. Ivar, man. I know the War Raiders are doing their thing, but man, I would love to see Ivar get some kind of a solo run, because when Eric got hurt and they just kept Ivar busy with doing random matches, he was straight killing it. Like, they could even bring him down to NXT for a little while and let him, you know, trade slaps with the Inamuras and Obafemis and Josh Briggses of the world, and Jasper Troy, and they'd have a lot of fun. All right. Wyatts are in the house. Fireflies are bright and clear in Cleveland. Lad, what you doing, man? Are you trying to get that ball? Looks like you got it. Man, there's a lot of Fireflies in Cleveland. A lot. All right. A welcoming ovation for the Wyatt Sicks. He's already blown the lantern out.
Uncle Howdy and the Ward's family of forever friends carrying on the line. Doing it with WWE. You can see Dexter Loomis a couple weeks removed from the seat of the Street Profits. And this is their first time.
Man, I'm sorry. I was just so quiet. I don't know, man. Seeing the Wyatt's entrance tonight when we're already kind of in our feelings about Hogan. Just a great. It's a great visual that they're still honoring Bray. Tonight's show's been a little emotionally exhausting, if I'm being honest. It's been a good show, but yeah, it takes it out of you.
Talk about the eerie, mysterious skills. What is the special sauce that has got Casey infamous at this time?
Andrade and Fenix trying to start off fast. And
just setting the tone and kicks immediately as Andrade goes right to the
Andrade going for three amigos on Gacy. Now tags into Fenix, who's going up top. And he was about to go for a frog splash, but Loomis pushes him off the top. Steven, do you think the Fiend should make a return using one of the current Wyatt Sicks members as a host? No, I don't think so. I think Bray's gone, and I think the way that they're honoring him now is about as perfect as you can get with it. I like the idea. I mean, I know that Bo, Uncle Howdy, whatever you want to call him, I know he sits in the rocking chair, but I like how they kind of leave the rocking chair empty from time to time as well. And yeah, so the Fiend was such a great character, but I just wouldn't want to put that. I wouldn't want to put that burden on somebody to carry that gimmick. You know, I think this is the best iteration that maybe, you know, the classiest, most tasteful iteration of still keeping Bray current in everyone's mind without actually giving the gimmick to somebody. Sorry, to somebody. That's just me. What do you think? Would you want to see? Would you want to see somebody with the Fiend gimmick? And if so, who would you put it on? Or if you put it on somebody, do you even let the public know who it is? You know, is that something that plays out on TV, or does the Fiend just show up and you have a Fiend?
Seems to be a battle he is losing. Hope starting to slip away. You look at the expression on the face of Andrade, who came in to win gold tonight. He might not even get tapped in again the way this is going. Wilson has been delivering such damage to ratings.
Strowman. That would be a very big costume, Justin.
Fenix managing to buy himself a little window, but that window just got shut down once again. He's trying to fight his way through. Trying to get the tap. Oh, it's away.
Man, Fenix almost makes a tag. All right, back from commercial. Let's see. Tell you what, I think you're spot on with that, but it need an extra layer to this Wyatt Sicks, need wittiness or whatever. Yeah, I agree with you there, Three Diglets. There is something that was distinctly belonging to Bray in creativity that's missing from this. Because everything that Bray did felt so much more larger than just a wrestling gimmick. And while I'm glad that the Wyatt Sicks exists, I do feel some days like they just feel like a wrestling gimmick to me. And they don't feel larger than life like Bray did when he was doing it. But if you were to pick a Fiend, you'd give it to Joe Gacy. Okay, so you'd keep it in the group. Okay, all right, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I think about Bray, though, especially his Fiend era. doing the Firefly Funhouse, the sort of Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff before getting into the darkness, and just how much stuff went into all that beyond just an entrance. And that was really special. And even sorry guys. Even the cult leader Bray stuff with Harper and Rowan, I really enjoyed his stuff with that, especially like his sort of opening promo the night they showed up and beat up Kane. Cross being involved, I don't know. I'm intrigued by that idea. Andrade going for a small package. Just 2 though. Spinning elbow from Andrade. It's the way he talks. Like, Cross has a different kind of darkness. Oh, Andrade hit his finish. But no. Oh, Nikki Cross causing the DQ. Your predictions were right. Shenanigans. Nikki Cross saves the titles by pulling the ref out of the ring. And now here comes Rowan to lay waste to Andrade and Fenix. And he had a standing spinning wheel kick too. Wait a minute. Oh, it's Axiom. Fraxium's here, but they just get dropped by Eric Rowan. And now here come the MCMGs. And Eric Rowan just drops both of them by himself too. And he's like, give me more. But here come Andrade and Fenix before the MCMGs can eat a double choke slam. Now here come the Street Profits. And they're jumping Rowan. Man, Tez has got such a high vertical. And Dawkins drops him with a shoulder tackle. So finally the Street Profits are showing up as the here comes Nick Aldis with DIY, and Nick Aldis has a mic. What are we gonna have here? And now everybody's diving on each other like we're about to go to commercial break or something. And Tez is the last one. He jumps the corner and takes out MCMG's DIY and Fraxium. Now, Nick Aldis had a mic in his hand like he was going to make an announcement. He's had enough. Summerslam. Oh! TLC! TLC at SummerSlam with the whole tag division? The whole division? DIY, MCMG, Street Profits, Wyatt's, Andrade, Fenix. There's 5 or 6 teams. The Garzas aren't there, so I guess they didn't make the cut. But the Garzas are also AAA champions. They go wrestle in Mexico. What a way to end the show. Announcing TLC for SummerSlam. Andrade throwing the prime bottle. It's pandemonium in Cleveland. I'm with you, Diglets. I want so much for Bo. Yeah, 5 team TLC. Okay. TLC at SummerSlam. And do you remember TLC 2 when like Lita and Rhino and all those people interfered? All right, 3 Diglets. I might hop over there and say hi here in just a minute. I can go ahead and tell you now, I bet you we're getting Wyatt interference. We're probably getting BFAB interference. We're probably getting Candice LeRae interference because a lot of these teams have an additional third person. So we'll see what happens. Absolutely loving it. Great show, you guys. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks for remembering the Hulkster with me, you guys. And what a fire-powered way to end the show. I imagine it's probably going to be on night 1, Sophie, or the other night where all the tag matches are on. That's my guess because one match already, night 1, I can't remember. One of the nights has one less match than the others. So it'll probably just go to the other night. But yeah, all right, man. We're getting TLC on PLE. So no commercial breaks. We're going to have a good time. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Be on the lookout for the for our DC movies chat with A tomorrow afternoon. And then also be on the lookout for the poll later on tonight for the marked moment. So there we go. And hope you guys have had a great time tonight, as have I. I will see you guys soon. I'll see you Monday for Raw. I'll see you tomorrow for the DC conversation. And do not forget to be a mark, you guys. Being a mark means you believe. Believing makes wrestling better. Don't forget to pray. Say your vitamins. Do your training. And I will see you guys again soon.